Alright, for my demo, I'm going to be explaining the ANN example. So this first code block is just importing all of the necessary Python libraries. The second one here is using Panda to read the data from the CSV file about the stars, and then just setting all the stars with type 1 and 2 to the dwarfs variable. And then doing dwarfs.head prints out the first 5 of this of like the data. You could change this to like 10, 20. Eventually you start seeing once the star is type 2 as well. It's not just star type 1, but it prints all the data. That's just a little example there. Here you're setting your features and your labels. So for this training, we're going to use temperature and radius to determine the label of star type, which is going to be either 1 or 2. Then here we're separating our x and y into 80% for training and 20% for testing. So it does that here. And then next code block, we're just printing a scatter plot of our training data, which is shown below. Alright, here you're defining the model, so it's sequential, which just means you're taking data in and out sequentially, so like our text that we're taking in and out. And then these are all just like specific things you can change. So leaky ReLU is a small slope for negative values. HE normal draws samples from a normal distribution centered at 0, and soft max converts a vector of numbers into a vector of probabilities. So these can all be changed depending on what you want to do with your model. And then here, compiling is where we specify our loss metrics and optimizer. So our optimizer is Atom, which is just like an algorithm. Here's our loss, and then our metric that we're aiming for here is accuracy. And this is just printing out, model summary is printing this out, which is the strength of the model with the dependent variable. Model fit is doing like the actual work of the machine learning, so we're using our X train and our Y train here, and then this epochs is just the number of passes of the entire training data we want to complete, and then this is our batch size. Here we're evaluating the accuracy of our model, so it's 1, which is pretty good. And then finally we're just plotting our decision boundaries, so we did the same thing in our training. So here is that. Some things I found interesting about this. One was that the decision boundary was a straight line. I predicted initially that it might just be like a diagonal line like this. Another thing I thought was interesting is that we didn't actually use luminosity to determine the star type. I thought that might be something that would affect it, but I was impressed that we could determine it knowing just the temperature and radius. So yeah.